Happy everything. I'm Deborah with the Daily Decisions. Welcome back to my channel and the next episode of Pep Talks from my heart to yours. Inspirations for a new decade. Changing habits that inhibit and hold us back from achieving our dreams and our goals. Inspired by my quest as an ordinary person to live life with more purpose, to feel fulfilled, to live in balance with joy and happiness, to embrace positivity. Yes, those are some of the daily decisions, and I want to inspire you. Let's start where we left off last time with the mantra, I will embrace what's possible. I will be positive. I believe in myself and I can. And I will take action to conquer my fears. Yes, we're going to talk about fear and overcoming fear. So, fear is like a temporary insanity. And its job is to protect us from what's perceived as dangerous. And yes, if something is perceived as dangerous, of course take caution, heed, and don't proceed, of course. But so many of our fears are irrational. They never happen. We come up with them and we let them live in our minds, and they become obstacles to prevent us from going after our dreams and our goals. The best thing we could do is control our thoughts. Don't let the fear in. Realize most of it's irrational and be positive and confident. Control your attitude. So, with that, let's go right into the topic, the lesson for today. And I call it Say Goodbye to Fear. Stop being a scaredy cat. And the quote I want to share with you is, once you leave your comfort zone behind and you take a leap of faith into something new, you see what and who you can actually become. So aren't you curious? Aren't you curious if you can actually achieve what it is you really want, your goals and your dreams? To live your best life? Why not? Don't live with regrets. Don't have those misgivings. That would be far worse than just tackling your fears and one at a time eradicate them. So let's make a commitment to ourselves to do this. One, just accept yourself for who you are. Ease up on yourself. You have a lot to offer. Appreciate your value, your uniqueness. And number two, there's no such thing as perfection, so don't even try. Don't make it an obstacle. Just do the very best you can and be happy with that. And number three is lean on past experiences. There were times you did overcome your fears and you survived. So go ahead, take a chance on you. And let's ask the question, what are you so afraid of? And what is the worst thing that could happen? And with every question, we come up with strategies and solutions. Start now. But before we do, let me tell you a story. And it's to inspire you. So it's about Jim Carrey, the comedian. And he says that so many of us choose our path out of fear, disguised as practicality. And the reason he said this is his dad, he shared in what I read, of course he didn't tell me this, he shared that his dad really wanted to be a comedian, but he decided instead he would take a so-called safe job as an accountant. Well, what happened? When Jim Carrey was 12, his dad lost that so-called safe job. And the family fell on hard times, and it must have really impacted Jim Carrey. So what did he do? And I'm not saying to do this, but Jim Carrey decided to drop out of school and pursue what he really wanted to do himself, to be a comedian. And he asked the universe for what he wanted, to be a comedian. And on top of it, he wrote himself a check as a promise, as a pact, really believing in himself for $10 million to himself before he made it big. And that really shows that if you really want something, you might as well try. If you don't try, you'll always have misgivings. And now let's ask the question. The question is, what are you really afraid of? And what is the worst thing that could really happen? So here's a strategy, a solution, a start now. And feel free to make it your own, come up with your own. You probably know by now that I like to write things down. I like to really think it through and come up with the best possible solutions. What I can really do to achieve whatever it is I want to achieve and overcome whatever I want to overcome. So, 4 columns. First column, what are those fears that are holding you back? Bullet points, just list a few, the main ones. And column 2, how do those fears make you feel? The emotions, because that'll help you figure it out too. That really, probably they won't happen. And column 3, what are you giving up by buying into those fears? And column 4, be logical. Write down what you need to do to overcome those fears. Go for what it is you want. So let me give you examples for each of the columns just to get you started. And then you take it and do it with it as you wish. So column 1, a fear. People have fear of getting up in front of an audience and making a presentation or giving a speech. And how does it make them feel? Well, let me sort of guess. They might feel embarrassed because they might make a mistake. They might feel silly. They might feel, they're not going to measure up. All those kind of things, but none of that will happen. So, or probably not happen. So just go for it. And column 3, what will you give up by buying into your fear? So let me give you this idea. What if you wanted a promotion at your job and you were just given the opportunity to make a presentation at a meeting that could put you in the spotlight and maybe let them see you as a possible candidate for this promotion? But you're working yourself up into a tizzy. You're driving yourself crazy. You're going to fail, all these things. Well, don't buy into it. Jump to column 4 right away. And your practical self will take over. Control your thoughts. Be positive. Be confident. And just know, if you're going to give a talk, a presentation, and it's at your job, you know what you do every day. You are intimate with it. You will be fine. You will do amazingly well. And if there are things that you need to brush up on, absolutely be prepared. And then just be passionate and just be positive and engaging and lean on your strengths, and you will do so well. So go for it. Go for whatever it is you want. Have faith in yourself. You can do it. So now we asked a question. We answered a question. We're going to come up with our, in a nutshell, the 3 things that actually call us to action. That when we come up against these fears, we can pull at these things. So first one is control your thoughts and don't think of what could be. Just go for it and embrace your future. Believe in yourself. And number 2, what I said in the commitment, there's no such thing as perfection. So knowing that, just do the very best you can. That's all you can do. And you will do well. Believe in yourself. And number 3 is take that chance on you. If you don't, you're going to have regrets. So it's, why not just go for it? See what's on the other side of fear. You've done it before and you've done just fine. So now let's come up with a mantra. So number 1, let's not let toxic distractions get in the way. Let's not let our thoughts, negative thoughts, our fears get in the way, and let's not take what we hear from the outside externally and embrace it. Absolutely not. Don't let it in. Number 2, that you remember to take action to conquer your fears. Just take over and do it. And number 3, remember, embrace what's possible. There's so much out there that's possible. Be curious. Go for it. And believe in yourself. Say, I can. And just be positive. So that takes us to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Go for your dreams. Believe in yourself. And please subscribe to my channel. Content's uploaded on Mondays and Wednesdays. Let's connect. Let's root each other on, share our successes, and please visit my website, thedailydecisionswithan.s.com. I have a blog and giveaways. I have information on my book, The Daily Decisions. And let's promise ourselves again to go after what it is we want, to conquer our fears, to create our own sunshine, to live our happily ever after. Let's make those our daily decisions. I'm Deborah. Have a wonderful day.